Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another review. For this one, I'm just gonna be doing the last weekend's game between Leinster and the Stormers. So, come on, man. Why is it dark now? Sorry. So for this one, I'm doing the Leinster versus the Stormers game that was played in the RDS in Dublin, Ireland. So before I won't say I had expectations for the Stormers, to dominate this game, because look at the fact that they're going to play a side that was depleted because there were no Irish internationals in this game for Leinster. So Leinster are going to bring in, when I saw the lineup from Leinster, they were going to bring in their youngsters. I think they are B team, if I may say so. No disrespect to them, but it is their B team. So this game started well for the Stormers, I must say. It was very well for the Stormers. They were the dominant side. They showed a lot of intent early on in this game, putting Leinster, the young Leinster side, under pressure, pushing them back. I think they had about 3 attempts, but on the 4th attempt, realizing that this Leinster side is also well drilled in their defense, Limbok opted for 3 points for the Stormers to just start the scoreboard counting. I don't blame him for this, because when you realize that you're not going anywhere with your attacks, you're supposed to just take the points. And then Stormers continue again with these onslaughts on this young side, pushing these guys back. Whenever Leinster get the ball gets turned over very quickly by the Stormers, not allowing this Leinster side to have any opportunities, to have any chance of maybe salvaging a win from this game. So everything looks good for the Stormers. It looks very good for the Stormers. Whenever the Leinster get their opportunity trying to attack, the ball gets turned over by the Stormers through their fetchers. Someone like Dion Forey, for example. Stormers also getting opportunities close from the set pieces. Stormers also getting opportunities from the set pieces, some of the lineouts, but sometimes you find that they make mistakes when they are throwing in the ball through their hooker there. But it was all Stormers, Stormers. And then there's this case where they are attacking Leinster again inside their 22. But in this attack, Leinster looks like they're retreating. But for some reason, Limbok opts for a drop goal, which I don't understand. I don't understand what he did there, and then he misses that drop goal. So I think it's a bad decision. I think wrong timing there. I think if I were them, I would have continued with the onslaught, because Leinster looked like they were gonna. They looked very unstable during that onslaught play. But hey, they missed, but they had another opportunities. So Stormers again, through these multiple onslaughts, these attacks on these guys on this young Leinster side, get another scrum inside the Leinster 22, and it's a solid scrum as expected from the top Springboks, and the ball comes out to Limbok, and Limbok just throws in a dummy, doesn't pass the ball. He moves inside the defense and he goes over to score under the post for the Stormers. That's much better from the Stormers, looking good. Limbok showing his experience here, because he realizes that these phases are not working for them, so they need to do something different. So this dummy does the work for them, penetrate through to go score a try. So Leinster also get their opportunities. There's a time when they find themselves inside the Stormers 22 from a scrum. They are attacking the Stormers, but they can't seem to penetrate them. They are pick and goes. They can't seem to penetrate that Stormers defense. Stormers look very strong in their defense also, not allowing them to get any chances here. Again, Leinster who are trying to claw back to the game because they are the home team, so they're trying to form something to attack the Stormers, but they play a flat pass which gets intercepted by Mani Limbok, who makes a run and is supported by Suleiman Hutzenberg, and he makes a pass to Hassenberg. Hassenberg goes all the way to score a try for the Stormers. Again, just from pressure, because Leinster felt like they had to do something in the game, so they forced things here. Then the ball gets intercepted by Lippok. But Leinster don't lie down from this. They fight. These youngsters, this I'm calling it a B team. This B team fights. And as a result, just before halftime, they hit back. Oh, sorry, after Hassenberg scores a try, the score becomes 17-0 to the Stormers. And I'm thinking, as a top team like this, you can't be bottling a 17-0 lead, especially so close to halftime. But for some reason, the Stormers allow Leinster to hit back with a try from Michael Milne. So now the score just before halftime becomes 17 to the Stormers and 5 to Leinster. I think this is what gives Leinster and confidence boost before the halftime. This gives them confidence. Their coach can speak on top of something. It gives them a platform to speak to the players here that you guys just hit back before the halftime. So we must go back playing in the second half and continue with the pressure. And as a result, as I'm saying, the teams go to halftime. The score is 15. It's 5 Leinster, 17 Stormers. And when they return, Leinster immediately scores from a maul through Scott Penny. So now the score becomes 17 Stormers and 10 to Leinster. From this score, you can kind of realize that the Stormers players don't look themselves. They don't look the same team that they were in the first half. But you're thinking that they're gonna find themselves, and because it's still early on in the second half. So the Leinster gets another opportunity again from a Stormers inside the Stormers red zone from a line out, and the line out is showing in, but Kitchoff steals it and gives it to Daimane, who runs almost the full length of the field to almost score, but then is caught by the Leinster's cover defense and is tackled, and the ball is turned over by Leinster. I think he should have scored here, because I think if he had run close to the touchline, not come inside, he would have managed to get over that try line. But yeah, the game continues. But by this time, the game management from the Stormers 10 and the players around him is just dropping. The level is just dropping. They are not doing the right things. They're not playing in the right areas. And this is allowing this Leinster side to feel confident. Now it's embodying them to feel confident, to have a go at this experienced Stormers. And Stormers are just so poor, they're making mistakes. Even the senior guys are not really stepping up in this game. I'm not very disappointed. I was not really impressed by this time. You expect these guys to manage a game where you're leading 17-5 to the second half. At least come back, put some pressure on the home team because they're behind. But they didn't do that. But also give credit to the Leinster side for their heart, to continue fighting. Leinster get another Leinster, so they capitalize from these Stormers mistakes through a ball that is allowed to bounce in the Stormers red zone, and the ball bounced and is not regathered, and Rob Russell goes on to score for Leinster again from a Stormers mistake from the Stormers. And from this try, they hit again with another try, Leinster, from Max Deegan, from a quick tap, 5 meters out from the Stormers try line. They're just coming at the Stormers now. They're just coming at the Stormers with ferocity, and with the drive and intensity that is up the gear from the first half. And the Stormers don't have answers for this. They look like they're just retreating with no answers, no plan B. I don't know what the plan was for these guys. But after this try, the Stormers also get their own opportunities, inside the Leinster's the red zone, and they score from a throw kick from Lippok that finds Bromwich's on the other side of the corner to go in and finish that try. So the score now becomes 22 Stormers and 22 Leinster. So both teams now look, it's balanced. It's balanced. It's locked, and both teams have a go at each other. But it's Stormers attempt to win the game from multiple phases of attack, but they lose the ball in this attack, and Leinster put it out of play to settle for a draw, which I don't blame this young team from Leinster, because I realize what they just achieved here. And the score ends Leinster 22, Stormers 22. I'm a fan of Stormers, big fan. So this is disappointing because you would expect them to win, especially in Leinster against a young side like this, to win because there's so many experienced guys in their team. But give it to Leinster for standing up, these young guys, for standing up and fighting for that jersey and fighting for that pride, showing heart and hunger to beat these experienced guys. But yeah, a draw. I think a draw is good for Leinster. So yeah, the game ends 22-22. So thank you very much for watching this review. Enjoy your afternoon. Thanks.